This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It is 5 o'clock here on your Thursday morning. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. Here's what's making headlines for this January 2nd, 2020. 4 Hoosiers are recovering following a New Year's boat crash in Florida. Police say the crash happened when their boat rammed into a jetty near Fort Lauderdale.
Hoosiers headed out to try their luck at a casino will see something a little different. The new year brings live dealers to horse trunk-based casinos in Shelbyville and Anderson.
And this morning, a new West Side business owner is searching for a crook stealing from his business. Security cameras captured a man breaking into the recently opened Hoosier Family Laundry on Michigan Street. But first, we need to get a check of your Storm Team 6 forecast. Rain could impact part of your Thursday.
Alyssa, will the folks need to bring rain gear as they head out the door this morning, or are we good for the day?
I think we're good for the day. You will definitely need it by tomorrow morning, but today we are starting out very nice. We're starting with some sunshine, then we'll see some cloud coverage move in throughout the day. Temperatures, though, look at this. We're starting in the 40s this morning. By 11 a.m., 46 degrees, and we continue that climb as we head into the afternoon. What's going on right now is we have the system to the south of us. That's bringing some warm air into the area as we see some breezy conditions throughout the day out of the south-southwest. We'll continue to see those gusts close to 25 miles per hour, but that's just helping bring in that warmer air that is coming off that system. As we head into the afternoon, more cloud coverage builds in, and then by the evening, we start to see those rain showers for southeast counties before those spread into central Indiana overnight and into your Friday morning. But most of today is going to be dry unless you are to the southeast. That's where we'll start to see those rain showers late tonight. Temperatures climbing right to 50 degrees.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Here is a look right now at traffic. Planning out your commute heading southbound on I-69 through Hamilton County. Want to start you off here at State Road 37. If you head down to I-465, the ramp system there, it's just a quick 5-minute drive, so no delays to slow you down. Taking a look over on the east side of town, our INDOT traffic camera at I-70 and Post Road. Traffic here is picking up, but traveling up to speed.
Investigators say 4 people from Indiana recovering from a boat crash in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They're identified as Daniel Tauris of Zionsville, Cassidy Rudman of Indianapolis, and Lauren and Jaron Salegi of McCordsville. Investigators say the boat hit a jetty just after midnight on Wednesday. A witness says he's surprised no one was killed.
It's luck. That's pure luck. I mean, the impact on that boat had to be incredible. You know, it's just, you got to pay attention out there. It's no joke.
Conservation officers say 3 of the passengers were taken to the hospital, 1 with a serious bodily injury.
The new year brings big changes for 2 casinos in the Hoosier State. The Indiana State House passed a law last year that now allows live table games at casinos in Anderson and Shelbyville. Our Kelsey Anderson is joining us live this morning with all the details. And Kelsey, what does this mean for Indiana and those casinos?
Well, Lauren, both casino officials and players say that this is a big win for Indiana and the 2 casinos in Shelbyville and Anderson. In place of electronic tables, you can now play games like blackjack, craps, and roulette with live dealers. Because of this change, Hoosier Park and Indiana Grand casinos are now on a level playing field with the other state-regulated casinos where live dealers were already legal. We spoke to one Hoosier who was driving out of state to play live table games, and now he's glad he doesn't have to go as far.
I just don't like to play against a computer. I'd rather play against a human, you know, and there's a lot of people like that. That's why they won't play against a computer. They don't want to. A computer is a computer. You know what I'm saying? And a live person is a lot different.
The change to live dealers is also helping put Hoosiers to work. Just the addition of table games alone has created 220 new jobs with the potential to expand and add more tables at both locations in the future. Now, both casinos are hiring right now, and we've got those linked for you over on the RTV6 News app. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. Less Hoosier students are walking across the stage with their high school diploma. New numbers from the State Department of Education shows Indiana's graduation rate was down in 2019. In 2019, the 87 87.29% of high school seniors graduated. That's down from 88.1% in 2018. The highest state graduation rate in recent history was back in 2014 at 90%.
Residents in South Bend have a new mayor this morning. Democrat James Mueller took the oath of office on Wednesday in a small ceremony. Other elected officials were also sworn in, including several city council members. Former mayor and current Democratic presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg took a break from the campaign trail to attend those ceremonies. Mueller said he was looking forward to building on the work done in the previous administration.
My brand is just let's get things done. So I hope that this year we'll see a lot of results on a number of different things, from making progress on our neighborhoods, to public safety reform, to strengthening our education system, and make sure that we continue this positive trajectory that's begun over the last 8 years.
Mueller is the 33rd person to serve as the mayor of South Bend. On the Democracy 2020 front, Democratic candidate for president Pete Buttigieg says he's raised more than $24.7 million in the last 3 months. The former mayor of South Bend says that he has nearly 500 people working on his staff across the country. Buttigieg's campaign says he's raised more than $76 million since he launched his bid for president. The campaign is gearing up for Iowa caucuses, which happen 1 month from tomorrow. It's 5:05. A man who grew up on Indy's west side knows how desperately they need businesses.
That's why he decided to reopen a laundromat that had been closed for nearly a year. But this morning, he's ran into a roadblock. Over the weekend, 2 people came into Hoosier Family Laundry, but they weren't there to wash clothes. In this video, you can see the man kicks in the office door to steal some power tools. Daniel Albrand tells RTV6 he's not naive, so when he decided to open the 24/7 business to accommodate people in the area, he knew something like this could happen. But he says he's not throwing in the towel on this new venture.
At the end of the day, we're here to serve customers. Unfortunately, that guy wasn't one of our customers, and I'm not going to let him ruin that for the people that we're here for.
Daniel says they actually opened early because people saw the lights were on when they were remodeling and came in asking to use the washers and dryers. He has filed a police report and is sharing this story to hopefully prevent anything like this from happening again.
At 5:06, after an innocent man was killed during a police chase, Call 6 Investigates is holding IMPD accountable for its policy when it comes to pursuing suspects. The Monday chase on the northeast side killed 64-year-old Indianapolis man Charles Alexander. He was in a vehicle hit by a suspect's car that crashed at the end of a chase with IMPD. Police believe the man they were chasing was wanted on a federal firearms charge. Police pursuit policies are meant to minimize the amount of risk in cases like this. Newly appointed Assistant Police Chief Chris Bailey calls the department's current policy, quote, liberal.
During yesterday's police pursuit, an innocent bystander was killed. Do we know if there's any way to prevent that, and if the police pursuit policy was followed?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't taken a look at all those facts right now. Based on what I know, the officers would have been within the policy that we currently have.
In November, the policy was updated to make it more restrictive on when officers can chase suspects. IMPD says that they now are in the process of training officers on the new policy. The department is still investigating that chase and crash.
A sad reminder about the potential dangers of space heaters. Firefighters say clutter near a space heater caught fire Wednesday afternoon at a home on Napoleon Street near Shelby and Raymond. A neighbor suffered slight smoke inhalation after he ran into the burning home to save several cats. The homeowner cannot stay in the home because of the damage. Using space heaters safely can help prevent fires. Tips include keeping them at least 3 feet away from anything that can catch on fire, plugging space heaters into the wall outlet instead of a power strip that can get overloaded, and never sleep with a space heater on.
Time now is 5:08. 2 more baby boxes like the one you see right here will now be available for the use in the Hoosier State. The boxes in New Haven and Columbia City bring the total number of boxes across the state to 20. The boxes are containers with a door on the outside of a fire station building. When they're opened, an alarm sounds on the inside to alert the on-duty staff. Right now, I want to get a check of our forecast on this Thursday with Alyssa Donovan.
And it is a warm Thursday. Those temperatures starting in the 40s this morning, and we are climbing into the low 50s this afternoon. Right now, 43 degrees in Indianapolis as you step out the door. We do have mostly clear skies this morning, but we will see a little bit more cloud coverage build in throughout the day. That's due to this system just to the south of us. We're going to see several waves from this system move through the area over the next 48 hours. The first one coming in late tonight. That's going to bring us the potential of showers across the area. We'll start with those right around the southeast counties before that continues to spread into central Indiana overnight. But for most of the day, we are going to see some quiet conditions. A mild start with those temperatures in the 40s. We'll see those winds pick up as that system approaches out of the southwest. Could see those gusts close to around 25 miles per hour. Temperature high today right around 50 degrees.
Alyssa, thank you. A disturbing scene captured on a doorbell video camera.
This morning, the latest on the search for the man accused of this violent kidnapping and his victim.
And studies focused on the impacts of playing football are often centered around concussions. This morning, how playing football could impact your child's weight and blood pressure.
And we're keeping a close eye on traffic this morning. Let's travel over to the west, I-70 here. A look east of State Road 267. Traffic is pretty quiet in that area, traveling up to speed. We'll have more news, weather, and traffic coming up right after the short break. Stick around.
Days from 4:30 to 7.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. The time right now is 5:13, and here is a look at your drive on the near east side. Traffic picking up here on I-70 near Rural Street and Keystone Avenue, but traveling up to speed. We'll continue to keep you updated on any crashes or delays.
Dramatic body camera video shows the rescue of a kidnapping victim and the arrest of a suspect accused of taking her. The kidnapping happened in Brookside, Alabama, near Birmingham. Police say the suspect, Sean Sanders, admitted to kidnapping the woman. Officers say Sanders also admitted to beating the woman and trying to run over a police officer. Sanders faces several charges this morning. He's being held on $191,000 bond. Also new this morning, scary video from Las Vegas. Police sharing this video of a possible kidnapping. A doorbell camera captured a woman running from a car, then banging on a door for help. A man then gets out of the car and begins to beat the woman before dragging her back to the car. This morning, police still looking for that woman and her possible kidnapper.
We're working for you this morning with an alert before you head to the pharmacy. You may have to pay a little bit more for your prescriptions. Several drug companies are raising the prices of more than 200 drugs, including some common cancer and arthritis treatments. The drug makers include Pfizer, GlaxoSmithKline, and Sanofi. Many of the price increases are between 4% and 6%, but some are going up as much as 10%. Affordable drug prices are expected to be a top 2020 campaign issue.
It is a busy time for travel, and researchers are revealing what the dirtiest thing at the airport is. A study from the Finnish Institute for Health and Welfare says it isn't the bathrooms. It's the unavoidable plastic trays you have to put your things in when you go through security. Researchers say because so many people touch them, they collect the most germs. Respiratory viruses are the most likely sickness to be picked up from those trays.
Nothing is certain but death and taxes and rising gas prices. Well, maybe not the last one. Gas Buddy forecasts gas prices in 2020 will actually be 2 cents lower than last year at $2.60 per gallon. Experts predict prices will be lowest in February and rise to a peak in May. Many large cities are also likely to see jumps to more than $3 per gallon and up to $4 in parts of the West Coast. Well, here's a look at what you pay if you need to fill up your tank this morning. Drivers here in the Circle City will pay around $2.39 per gallon. If you're filling up in Fishers this morning, you'll pay about $2.55 per gallon. And drivers in Bloomington are paying around $2.46. Here at 5:16, it's a Thursday morning. Let's check in with Alyssa.
And we are starting very nice this morning with those temperatures well above average. We're already in the 40s across the area. We'll continue to climb today into the low 50s. We are going to see a bit of a breezy day today, and that's all because of a system that's moving in from the south. That's going to bring us rain overnight tonight, and then also the potential for a rain-snow mix this weekend. We could see some accumulating snow from that system too. Temperatures right now, 43 degrees in Indianapolis. Those Those winds out of the south about 14 miles per hour. Those gusts will be close to about 25 miles per hour this afternoon, just as that system starts to move into the area. And you can see that is just to the south of Kentucky right now, starting to track across the area and into central Indiana throughout the day. We're going to start by just building in some cloud coverage. So while we're starting clear this morning, we are going to see those clouds move in by the noon hour, starting to see mostly cloudy skies. So enjoy any sunshine you see today because it's not going to last very long. By the evening, that's when we'll start to see the potential of those showers for southeast counties, really along I-74 and then areas to the south. You'll start to see those showers late tonight, and then overnight we are going to see that move into central Indiana, bringing us the potential of some rainfall into Friday morning, and then we are going to see another system following this. So we are looking at the potential of about a half an inch of rainfall across central Indiana, those lower totals to the north, higher totals to the south and southeast, where we could pick up to an inch of rainfall. So as that system continues to move through, we're going to see another wave move in on Friday night. That's going to bring us that potential of a rain-snow mix. Could see some accumulating snow from that system. Again, it sort of depends on what type of precipitation we see really move through. If we see more rain with that, less likely we'll see any accumulating snow. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Today, though, temperatures will start in the 40s. We'll climb close to 50 degrees this afternoon. Those rain showers move in late tonight and into your Friday morning. Looking at that 7-day forecast, temperatures stay warm tomorrow. 50 degrees once again for the high. Rain showers likely really throughout the day, with maybe just a little bit of a midday break on Friday before we see the next part of that system move in Friday night and into Saturday morning. That's when we'll see more of that rain-snow mix possible. You can see those temperatures drop off overnight into the 30s, and then we're only climbing close to 36 degrees on Saturday, which is why we do have that potential of some snow mixed in there as well. We'll dry out Sunday and Monday before we see another chance of rain come in on Tuesday.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Here's a live look right now at your commute to our northwest. Good morning to you in the Whitestown area. This is I-65 at State Road 334. Traffic is picking up. Lots of headlights moving across your screen, but everything's traveling up to speed, so that is good news for your commute. Let's take a look right now at our Traffic Now map and plan out your drive times heading in from the southeast side of town. It's a 5-minute commute from Acton Road to the I-465 ramps. Let's take one more look from our INDOT traffic camera. This is I-74 and State Road 267. Camera freezing up there, but you can see it's pretty quiet out that way to our west this morning.
There were more than 2,500 people hospitalized for lung injuries linked to vaping in the United States as of December 27th. That's according to the CDC. Vaping injuries have been reported in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. The CDC also reported 55 confirmed deaths in 27 states and the District of Columbia. This morning, more deaths are still under investigation. And the Trump administration may ban the sale of flavored e-cigarette cartridges. U.S. Food and Drug Administration reportedly plans to announce a ban of all sales of all cartridge-based flavors other than tobacco and menthol this week. The New York Times reported the sales ban would not apply to tank vaping systems, which are common in vape shops. The White House did not respond to CNN's request for a comment.
College football can be hard on the body typically, and research focuses on the impact now of concussions in football. But a new study is shedding some light looking at how players' weight and blood pressure can change over time. Researchers looked at more than 100 players over a 3-year period. Researchers found when players gained weight and had an increase of blood pressure, there were some physical changes that were made to their hearts. Doctors say these changes are associated with an increased risk for heart attack, heart disease, and stroke.
As trainers, as providers, we need to be cognizant of the quality of food that they're putting in their body, monitoring their weight gain, knowing that weight gain is associated negatively with cardiovascular risk, and staying on top of that. Because having high blood pressure at such a young age means that high blood pressure will carry through beyond competitive sport participation.
Doctors say that because the study only looks at football players, it's difficult to know if athletes' weight gain was a result of their sport or lifestyle habits as college students.
A Florida man is celebrating the new year and a big birthday all in one. Still ahead this morning, his advice for a long life.
And here's a live look right now at I-65 and State Road 44 down in Franklin. Traffic's moving along up to speed, both northbound and southbound. No issues to slow you down, but stick around. We'll be right back after this short break.
Serious questions, simple answers.
It is 5:24. Here is a live look right now up in the Fishers area. I-69 here near State Road 37. Traffic's moving along smoothly, both northbound and southbound. No crashes or issues around the metro area right now to slow you down.
A Florida man is celebrating his 100th birthday while the rest of the world was celebrating the new year. John Neuberger celebrated his centennial with friends on Wednesday. He was born in 1920 in Germany, but left in 1938, while Hitler was in power. Neuberger says he spent much of his life traveling and building a family.
You just have to be blessed. I don't think you can choose. Take what comes. Do the best you can with it. Live a simple life.
Neuberger says staying mobile has helped him remain healthy for so long.
Well, a couple hoping for a picture of their wedding proposal ended up instead with a mom photobomb. Take a look at this. Susan Grigo had borrowed her daughter's phone to take a picture when the young man popped the question, but instead she struggled to figure out the phone's camera, evidenced by what was captured there. A smiling selfie of her reaction to the event. Grigo later said it was still a memorable moment, even though I blew it. This is like the most mom thing ever.
The most mom.
Like, how does this work? And then bam. That's pretty funny though. A funny story. That may be better than the actual phone.
If I had $1 every time my mom tried to zoom in on a picture of, and I'm like, Mom, you can't. It's an Instagram story. Like, you can't zoom in on it. And like, oh, God bless him. Well, at least she was there to witness it. And what a great way to start off 2020 for them. And we have a pretty good forecast to start off the new year as well.
Yeah, so temperatures are going to be pretty warm today. We're climbing into the 50s, so we are well above average once again. Partly sunny skies throughout the day. We're starting with some sunshine this morning, but those clouds will build in this afternoon. And then rain comes in this evening. That will last overnight and into your Friday. By Friday night, we're going to see that potential of switching to a rain-snow mix, possibly some accumulating snow on Saturday. Temperatures will drop off as well. We'll be back into the 30s on Saturday before a brief dry out Sunday and Monday. More chances of rain come our way on Tuesday.
Alyssa, thank you. Those needing mental health services in the Hoosier State have better access to care. Ahead on Good Morning Indiana, how a ruling this week paves the path for better treatment.
And here's a live look to the southeast, I-465 at Arlington Avenue. Traffic's moving along just fine, both eastbound and westbound. We'll keep you updated on local news, weather, and traffic. It's all coming up after the break. Stick around.
Today at 10 on RTV6. This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
A new law brings new games and new jobs to Central Indiana casinos. Our Kelsey Anderson has a look at the impact live table games could have here in the Hoosier State.
And IU is gearing up for tonight's big bowl game, how they match up against the Tennessee Volunteers for this year's Gator Bowl. But before we get to those top stories this morning, we got to talk about our forecast today.
Yeah, the good news is you won't need to escape to Florida to experience warmer than usual temperatures, because we've got them here in Central Indiana, Alyssa.
That's right. We won't need to escape today or tomorrow. Those temperatures are going to be well above average. Starting this morning, we are in the 40s. As you head out the door, we're going to see that mild start. We do have some breezy winds out of the south right now, up to about 15 miles per hour. Those sustained winds. We could see gusts throughout the day between 20 and 25 miles per hour. But you can see you probably will need the lighter jacket this morning, and you might not even need it by this afternoon as our temperatures continue to climb. Right now, we do have clear skies. We're going to see more cloud coverage build in by the afternoon, and that's all due to this deep low pressure system that's just to the south of us right now. That will continue to track towards central Indiana throughout the day, starting with just bringing us some cloud coverage, but then we will see those rain chances move in as we head into the afternoon and evening. More likely, we will see those rain showers overnight tonight. You can see our best chance of seeing some this evening will be right around 9 p.m. before we see that better chance overnight and into your Friday morning. If you do live to the southeast, likely you will see some of those rain showers earlier this evening. Temperatures today will climb close to 50 degrees with partly sunny skies.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. Let's take a live look right now at your commute to the northwest. This is I-65 near State Road 334, the Whitestown area. You can see traffic picking up, traveling smoothly though. No major issues to slow you down, so let's take a trip down to the south side and plan out your drive. If you take State Road 37 to get to work, traveling northbound from Bluff Road to I-465, it is an 8-minute drive at this hour. No major issues there. And then then over here at Southport Road, taking you up northbound I-65 to I-70 at the North Split, it's a 10-minute commute, so everything there is moving along up to speed. And let's take a look in the downtown area right now. Here's what it looks like at this hour at the South Split. I-65 and I-70 there, traveling smoothly. No crashes right now to report around the metro area.
This morning, we're working to learn the circumstances surrounding a deadly crash involving an Indigo bus. Police say a bus and car collided at East Michigan Street and North Davidson Street downtown just after 3 Wednesday afternoon. The driver of the car died after being rushed to the hospital. A young child riding in the car and a passenger on the bus were also injured. They were taken to the hospital and listed in stable condition.
A man is in custody after he allegedly stole a clerk's car at a Columbus gas station and cut her with a knife. The incident happened this early Saturday morning, and it happened at the County Road 450 South near I-65 Get-Go station. Columbus police say that 29-year-old Josie Kiesling of Noblesville grabbed a clerk outside of the gas station and cut her with a knife, taking her car keys. And then he took her car and led police on a chase on I-65. Kiesling later stopped and faces multiple charges, including robbery with a deadly weapon, battery, and auto theft. Well, the new year brings big changes for 2 casinos here in the Hoosier State.
The Indiana State House passed a law last year that now allows live table games at the casinos in Anderson and Shelbyville. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning with all those details. And Kelsey, this is a pretty big deal for the state of Indiana.
That's right, Meredith. Not only is it bringing more than 200 jobs to these casinos, but officials think that it's going to keep Hoosiers here in the state as they gamble and also bring people from out of state here to Indiana to go to those casinos and go to those live tables. So in place of electronic tables, you can now play games like blackjack, craps, and roulette with live dealers. Now, because of this change, Hoosier Park and Indiana Grand casinos are now on a level playing field with the other state-regulated casinos where live dealers were already legal. Hoosier Park Casino saw a few famous faces when Pacers' Victor Oladipo was one of the first to roll the dice on the craps table.
Happy New Year to you guys. Thank you for letting me be here and experience this and be a part of something that improves the state of Indiana. Because with improvement, I mean, the sky's the limit for this state.
Now, just the addition of the table games alone has created 220 new jobs with the potential to expand and add more tables at both locations in the future. Now, both of those casinos are currently hiring for dealers, waitresses, and plenty of other jobs. We've got those posted for you over on the RTV6 News app. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thanks. Mayor Joe Hogsett and city-county councilors are now sworn in for duty. Democrats flipped 6 city-county council seats back in November after the election, giving them a 20-5 advantage. Judge Sarah Evans Barker presided over the ceremony New Year's Day at the Indiana Landmark Center.
The elections that have brought you here to this day reflect our community's shared confidence as well as hopes that you will together figure out ways and find paths that will lead to economic prosperity as well as an atmosphere of civility and equal justice for all.
At the ceremony, Mayor Hogsett also talked about the fight against violence in the city. Police say for the first time in nearly a decade, the number of homicides has gone down. IMPD says that there were 152 intentional homicides in the year 2019. That is 6 fewer than in 2018.
We must stay the course in our core belief in community-based violence prevention. And we must specifically focus on broadening the scope and the reach of our peacemakers, our neighborhood partners, and our faith-based allies.
And new IMPD Chief Randall Taylor released a statement saying in part, quote, "This small victory is a notable one, but the fact remains that just one homicide in our city is one too many. Today, as we begin a new decade, let us all recommit ourselves to working together to make Indianapolis an even safer place to call home."
Indiana is now expanding state mental health services using Medicaid funds. The federal government approved the funding this week. It will be used to pay for short-term care for patients admitted at mental health institutions. Funds have previously been authorized for inpatient substance abuse treatment under the Healthy Indiana Plan. With 1 in 4 people with mental illness also having a substance abuse problem, the state says the new waiver will help offer full continuous treatment for those Hoosiers. The waiver also extends both services through 2025.
IU is getting ready to hit the field tonight as they play in their first bowl game since 2016. They face the Tennessee Volunteers in Jacksonville for the Gator Bowl. The Hoosiers are 8-4, while the Vols are 7-5 on the season. But Tennessee does have 3 straight bowl game winning streak going right now. The Gator Bowl is set for tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN. And as folks are doing something, maybe heading back to work today after the holiday, Alyssa, they're going to have a pretty nice day out there for January.
It does not feel like January outside this morning, and it won't feel like that at all this afternoon. We're starting in the 40s this morning. Keep in mind, usually our morning lows this time of year are in the 20s, so we are definitely above average, and we're staying above average for the next couple days here. What's going on is we do have this low pressure system to the south of us. That's continuing to push in some warmer air throughout the day today because we do have these winds out of the south-southwest. We are going to see those a bit breezy throughout the day. Sustained winds right around 15 miles per hour. That's where they're at right now. And then we do have the potential of some wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. As we head through the day, that's going to continue to track to the north. And what we're going to see is starting with just some cloudy skies by the noon hour. We'll really start to see those clouds build in. And then by the evening, we'll start to see those rain showers for southeast counties spreading into the southern counties throughout the evening. And then overnight, we'll see that move into central Indiana. Likely you will see some rain showers for tomorrow morning's commute for our Friday morning. Looking ahead over the next couple days, we have a few chances of rain and one chance of even some snow in there. Today, mostly cloudy, those highs in the 50s, and then we are going to see that rain move in overnight. That's going to last into your Friday. Temperatures staying warm before we start to drop off. Saturday, highs only in the 30s. That's when we have the potential of a rain-snow mix in the forecast.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. More military reinforcements are being sent to Iraq as attacks continue at the U.S. Embassy. Why President Trump is blaming Iran for that chaos.
And Illinois began the new year with legalized marijuana. Still ahead, the restrictions the state has if you try to purchase the drug from out of state.
And it is 5:39 here on your Thursday. Here's a live look at your east side commute. I-70, a look here from Sherman Drive. Traffic is picking up both eastbound and westbound. We'll have more coming up right after the break. Stick around.
Let that last 3 times longer for 12 hours.
The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad on high alert after protesters launched a dramatic attempt to storm the compound. President Trump now deploying new reinforcements to the Middle East. ABC's Inez de la Catera has the latest.
Overnight, hundreds of additional troops deploying to the Middle East. More than 700 soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, making final preparations and boarding a plane.
They're pretty motivated, and they want to get out there and find out exactly what we're doing so we can make it happen.
Heading to Iraq and bracing for a possible 3rd straight day of clashes outside the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad.
I'm just, preparing for the worst, hoping for the best.
More than 100 Marines have already been sent in. On Wednesday, they fired tear gas to disperse the crowd after the roof of a reception area was ignited. Protesters eventually forced to withdraw. It was the 2nd day of a siege that began after weekend airstrikes by the U.S. reportedly killed 25 members of a militia group backed by Iran. Those U.S. airstrikes coming in retaliation for an attack by that militia group that killed a U.S. contractor. The president holding Iran directly responsible for the chaos and threatening payback. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo canceling his first official visit to Ukraine to stay in Washington and monitor the situation. Tweeting overnight, spoke today with Iraqi Prime Minister al-Mahdi, who agreed that Iraq would continue to uphold its responsibility to keep U.S. personnel secure and would move the Iran-backed attackers away from the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. Will continue cooperation to hold Iran and its proxies responsible.
Tensions with Iran have been at an all-time high ever since President Trump got rid of the nuclear deal and increased sanctions on Iran. Many worried the situation here will only continue to escalate. Inez de la Catera, ABC News, Washington.
At 5:44, former NBA Commissioner David Stern has died. According to the National Basketball Association, Stern died as a result of a brain hemorrhage that he suffered roughly 3 weeks ago. He led the league for 3 decades, helping the NBA's popularity to explode with the help of stars like Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. During his time, he also oversaw the creation of the Women's National Basketball Association. David Stern was 77 years old.
Recreational marijuana is now legal in Illinois, and the state's lieutenant governor was one of the first in line to make a purchase. Juliana Stratton joined hundreds of people at a Chicago dispensary Wednesday morning. Some started lining up 2 hours before the business opened. There is a limit to how much Illinois residents can buy of each product, and for those out of state, that limit is cut in half. The law says only those 21 and older are allowed to purchase and possess marijuana. Thousands of low-level marijuana convictions are also expected to be expunged in the coming months. Illinois is now the 12th state in the country to legalize recreational marijuana.
A Michigan woman's house came crashing down New Year's Eve because of an eroding coastline. The home was set on a bluff overlooking Lake Michigan and landed on the hillside just above the lake. Emergency officials say the woman was not inside the home when this happened. That house had been teetering on the edge since this past summer. Local lawmakers decided not to intervene here. The area is now blocked off, but a neighbor's home is now also in danger of crashing into the lake.
And take a look at this. High winds in Colorado blew an Amazon Prime delivery truck right off the road, nearly causing it to flip over. You can see the back of the trailer sway as wind gusts push it from side to side. Then a stronger wind forces the trailer out of its lane and into the median. The guardrail was taken out, but no one was hurt. There was a high wind warning in the area with some winds reaching up to 80 miles an hour. Back here at home in central Indiana, what do people need to know as they head out the door this morning, Alyssa?
You know what? The main thing this morning is it's going to be much warmer than it typically is this time of year. Those temperatures are starting in the 40s this morning. We are going to see mild conditions, a bit of a breeze, though, out of the south-southwest. Our sustained winds right now, right around 14 miles per hour, 15 miles per hour in Bloomington. But what those winds are doing is they're helping usher in that warmer air coming in from the south. We have this system just along the Gulf that's starting to move up into the Midwest. That's going to continue to move in throughout the day today. We're starting with just bringing that warm air from that system in, so we are going to see those temperatures climb quickly throughout the day, and then we are going to build in a little bit more cloud coverage ahead of that system. So by the noon hour, temperatures close to 50 degrees already, and then we are going to start to see a little bit more cloud coverage as we head into the afternoon. That's also when we're going to start to see the potential of some rain showers around the southeast. Likely we'll see that closer to the evening before that becomes more widespread overnight, spreading into central Indiana, and then that will stick with us into Friday morning. Friday is also going to be a warm day. All of that precipitation is going to continue Friday night and into Saturday morning. By Friday night, though, temperatures are starting to drop off, so Saturday we'll only see a high right around 36 degrees. That's why we have the potential of a rain-snow mix in there as well. We could see some accumulation. That really depends on if we do see more rain or more snow with that system moving in Friday night and into Saturday. Temperatures right around 36, 44 on Sunday. So we'll start to stabilize with those temperatures climbing just a little bit above average. Sunday is the start of our brief dry out. That's going to stick with us for a couple days before we see another system move in on Tuesday. Today, though, starting with those temperatures in the 40s, a nice mild start, mostly cloudy throughout our day. Those gusty winds really kick in right around the noon hour, and those will stick with us into the afternoon with those gusts close to 25 miles per hour throughout our day. And then temperatures will climb into the low 50s. Those rain showers start to the southeast before they continue to spread into central Indiana throughout the day tomorrow. So looking at our 7-day forecast, temperatures starting in our 7-day, very warm, 50s Thursday and Friday with those rain showers moving in tonight and lasting throughout our Friday. A rain-snow mix comes in on Saturday, and then we do clear out Sunday and Monday. That's going to be our brief dry out before more showers come in on Tuesday.
Alyssa, thank you so much. Time right now is 5:49, and we're keeping a close eye on traffic this morning. Here's a look at our traffic now map in your drive time heading in from the east side. Everything's traveling smoothly here on westbound I-70. It'll only take you 10 minutes to get from Post Road to the downtown area. Let's take a trip right now to the northwest. I-65 here and State Road 334 near Whitestown. You can see lots of headlights out that way, both northbound and southbound. Traffic picking up, but still traveling up to speed this morning. No crashes here on I-65 to the north northwest to slow you down.
A right-wing conspiracy theorist is being fined nearly $100,000 in a lawsuit for fake stories over the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Alex Jones is being sued by a victim's parents for defamation after he allegedly posted false statements on his InfoWars website. In his post, Jones claimed that the 2012 shooting was staged. 20 children and 6 adults were killed in the attack. As punishment for disobeying a court order, the judge instructed him to pay thousands in legal fees. A jury trial is scheduled to happen before the end of 2020.
A Michigan college says that we should ditch the term quid pro quo in 2020. Each year, Lake Superior State University asks the public to submit words or phrases they're tired of hearing. Quid pro quo was at the top of the list after President Trump's recent impeachment. The Latin term means exchange of favors. The list also included artisanal, influencer, living my best life, and totes, short for totally. Several baby boomers said the term okay boomer should also be scratched from our vocabulary.
The Marvel movie universe is expanding with plans to introduce a transgender character. The Marvel Studios president, Kevin Feige, did not name the character or say which movie it would be in, but he did say it is a movie that the studio is shooting right now. Feige also says Marvel's goal is to be more diverse and inclusive.
American Girl doll's latest doll is making history. Still ahead, the story behind the first American Girl with a hearing aid. It's 5:51. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Learn more at gvokeglucagon.com.
Welcome back. It is 5:54. Here's a live look at your commute through the downtown area. A live picture here at I-65 and I-70 at the North Split. No crashes to slow you down.
The latest American Girl doll is a surfer and the first one ever with a hearing aid. Joss Kendrick is a 10-year-old from California who likes surfing and cheerleading. The company's president says she also has congenital hearing loss. She was born deaf in her left ear and wears a hearing aid. American Girl has already offered hearing aids separately, but Joss is the first one to have hearing loss as part of her story. Love that.
Very cool. Well, Christmas is over and it's time to start thinking about taking down the tree and recycling it. But one farm in Boston wants the old trees to feed their goats. Shay's Showbirds Flock of Fun Farm gives donated trees to their goats as a treat. The animals ate more than 200 trees just last year. This year, the farm's owners plan to spread the wealth and give away any surplus of donations they have to other farms in the area. And they say, those Christmas trees sure taste good. Look at them go. All right. Well, I don't know if we have any farms like that around here, but it is maybe time to start taking down the tree. And Alyssa, it still feels warm.
And now is probably the time to do it because of the good weather we're having.
Do it now before it gets cold again. We are staying warm today and warm tomorrow before we start to see the cooler air move in on Saturday. Right now, starting in the 40s, it's 43 degrees in Indianapolis. Those temperatures will continue to climb throughout our day. We have this system to the south of us that is helping usher in some warmer air as well. We have those winds out of the south-southwest. Those are up to 15 miles per hour with those gusts close to 25 miles per hour. So that's helping mix in that warmer air from that system. That system is also going to bring us the potential of rain showers overnight tonight and into tomorrow. So we're starting mild today. We have those gusty winds. By the noon hour, we are close to 50 degrees. That's where we'll climb to by the afternoon. High right around 50. And then we do have those rain showers starting to the south this evening before they become more widespread overnight.
Alyssa, thank you. 4 Hoosiers are recovering after being hurt in a Florida boat crash. New at 6, how a witness is describing that frightening incident.
And a unique shop south of Indianapolis has become a special home decor destination, but it's now closing its doors. Coming up at 6:30, the message the owners of Marshmallow Monkey want you to hear as you start the new year. It's 5:56. We'll see you at 6 o'clock.